What's going on, AOE gamers? Today we're back with a little bit more Dying Light 2, and today's going to be the last mod showcase for those crit mods, and today's going to be Venom. So if you want to know what Venom does, and if it's worth using, other than me slapping this guy, then stay tuned. That's coming up next. Welcome back, you guys and girls. As always, for all things gaming, for all things Xbox, then why not hit that subscribe and bell icon. I'll bring you all the latest and greatest content, hints, tips, guides and builds, and just some fun gameplay and reviews of upcoming games. Obviously, we've covered quite a bit of Dying Light 2, and Elden Ring's on the way too, so if that sounds interesting, then why not hit that subscribe. But for today, we're here to look at a mod that I thought was going to be a little bit underwhelming. This is the last one that I've leveled up, and it's because when I looked at it, it just didn't look like it was too appealing. So jumping over to the weapon, I've chucked it on, and this one I haven't managed to find a nice artifact weapon for this one. It is just the blue, but you're just going to chuck it on a nice long weapon. You can actually have this on any weapon, a single hander, it also works really well, but I'm using this just because I found there's more to this mod than meets the eyes. So if we look at Venom like this, it's a crit mod, so it's going to activate on crit, the same as all the others. It applies toxic, and once it does, the effect makes an enemy in front of you double over. When he does, you can use him as a platform for vault kick. Now, I thought to myself, honestly, that this was the worst out of all of the mods, and after using it, it's turned out to be one of the best. It's very strange. I didn't expect this, but it is actually an absolute beast of a mod to have. And if you're into your parkour, and if you're into your combos, this may well be the one for you. Also, it works absolutely amazing on single target or multi-target, because you're going to be chaining things together. Now the base damage is 16%, the same as all of the others. The elemental damage, which is why I thought it was so bad, is only 20 per second over 20 seconds. And although that is 400, which is pretty much as good as bleed, it's again one that's over such a long duration that you don't notice it too much. In general, the shorter the better, because you're just going to notice that big chunk of damage coming off. The crit hit chance is 25%, and again, the same with all of these mods, if you can manage to chuck another one on so that you can boost the crit hit chance, it's always going to work out more in your favour. But this one just works amazing for some builds, and I would say it's definitely one to look out for if you're going to be using that medic gear, because it's really going to help your parkour skill damage. Now, like I said, when it does proc, you're going to be able to do vault kick, but what I didn't realise is there's a few other things you can do whilst you're in there. So obviously the staple is going to be this one right here. They're going to double over and you're going to press RB, and you could be able to jump over them, press RT on another person and absolutely smash them with a double footed kick. However, it's not just ending there, there's a few other things you could do. Here's one's just over this side if I know where it is. Things like this one just here, your double jump. Basically you can bop off their head, and because you can do that, you can come down with a massive ground pound on them. That's why I think the long weapons with the two hand actually work a little bit better with this build. All in all, you can use it quite offensively, and you can have a lot of fun with this, and if you're into your parkour and doing your skills off of stuff, then this may well be the mod for you. Now, as always, I'm going to chuck on a little bit of footage, and then you can decide for yourself whether or not it's any good, and if you think you chuck it on your build.